In a tragic incident last month, four victims who perished aboard the superyacht Bayesian, owned by tech tycoon Mike Lynch, are feared to have suffocated to death in air pockets that filled with carbon dioxide. Autopsies performed on the victims at Palermo's Policlinico Hospital have revealed alarming findings. Contrary to what might be expected in a drowning, there was no water found in their lungs, stomachs, or tracheas. This has led experts to believe the victims may have been conscious as the vessel went down but trapped in a deadly situation as carbon dioxide levels rapidly rose in small air bubbles. The superyacht, valued at £30 million and owned by Lynch's wife, Angela Boccarese, sank off the coast of Sicily near Porticello in just 16 minutes after being struck by a violent downburst, a powerful downward wind. 7 people lost their lives in the disaster, while 15 survived, including Boccarese, who narrowly escaped after attempting to wake others below deck. Among the deceased were Lynch himself, his 18-year-old daughter Hannah, who was about to start at Oxford University, and prominent individuals such as Morgan Stanley International Chairman Jonathan Bloomer and New York lawyer Chris Morvillo, along with Morvillo's partner, Neda. The victims, whose bodies were recovered in the days following the tragedy, had no signs of drowning or physical injury. Italian news outlet La Repubblica reported that Jonathan and Judy Bloomer likely suffocated after oxygen ran out in a small air pocket beneath the deck. As the yacht sank, this air bubble may have briefly formed, offering temporary hope before the rising levels of toxic carbon dioxide rendered it uninhabitable. This horrifying prospect raises the possibility that the victims were conscious as the vessel went down, trapped with no way to escape before succumbing to asphyxiation. The sinking, which took place on August 19, has raised serious questions about the circumstances surrounding the disaster. The yacht, built by renowned Italian manufacturer Perini Navi, should have withstood the storm, and experts have been baffled by how quickly it sank. Investigators are currently exploring the possibility of human error, including the suggestion that open portholes or hatches may have led to the vessel being flooded. While British Chief Engineer Tim Parker-Eaton, one of the survivors, insists all openings were secured before the storm hit, the investigation is ongoing. Prosecutors will determine whether any negligence contributed to the disaster. At the time of the sinking, the yacht was anchored off the Sicilian coast, celebrating Lynch's recent legal victory in a U.S. fraud case. Guests on board included family and close friends, but the joyous occasion quickly turned into a nightmare when the storm struck. Survivors, including crew members, described chaotic scenes as the yacht was rapidly engulfed by water, tilting violently before sinking. According to Matthew Griffiths, a 22-year-old crew member, the crew did everything they could to save the passengers. Griffiths recounted how the captain was awakened when the wind reached 20 knots, 23 miles per hour, and efforts were made to alert and rescue those on board. He vividly described the disorienting experience of walking on the yacht's walls as the vessel tilted, and the frantic attempts to pull people from the water. In total, 7 people lost their lives in the disaster. Among the dead were Mike Lynch, his daughter Hannah, the Bloomer couple, lawyer Chris Morvillo, and Morvillo's partner Neda. The first body recovered was that of the yacht's chef, Recaldo Thomas, whose body was found in the water near the wreck. Hannah Lynch's body was discovered in her cabin, while the other victims were found together in a separate room. Angela Boccarese, Lynch's wife, survived the sinking and is said to have played a key role in trying to save others. Barefoot at the time, she reportedly cut her feet on broken glass as she rushed below deck to wake her daughter and other passengers after realizing the vessel was going down. Her survival, along with that of 14 others, is a remarkable but tragic counterpoint to the loss of her husband and daughter. As the investigation into the sinking continues, Italian authorities are focusing on several aspects of responsibility, including the actions of the crew, the design and construction of the yacht, and whether proper safety protocols were followed. 3 members of the crew, including the yacht's New Zealand skipper James Cutfield, Chief Engineer Parker-Eaton, and crew member Griffiths, are being investigated for causing a disaster and manslaughter. This, however, does not guarantee charges will be brought, and the decision to proceed with a trial will depend on the outcome of the ongoing probe. Cutfield, who has worked as a captain on luxury yachts for 8 years and in the yachting industry for over 30 years, was seen in public for the first time after returning to his home in Majorca, Spain, from Sicily. Injured in the sinking, he was spotted leaving his house with a bandaged leg but declined to speak with the media. Cutfield's brother, Mark, who lives in New Zealand, described him as an experienced sailor and a top youth competitor in his country's 470 class races. In his statement to Italian investigators, Cutfield claimed that the crew did not foresee the severity of the storm. He reportedly told Coast Guards that they didn't see the downburst coming. A downburst is a rare meteorological phenomenon characterized by extremely strong, downward winds, which can be devastating to boats and ships caught unprepared. However, the speed at which the Bayesian sank has left marine experts puzzled, given the yacht's high-end construction and supposed ability to withstand such conditions. As the investigation proceeds, attention is also being given to whether any mechanical failures or structural weaknesses in the yacht contributed to the disaster. The yacht's manufacturer, Perini Navi, is widely respected in the industry, and any flaws in the vessel's design or maintenance could have far-reaching implications. The yacht's wreck has yet to be salvaged, and the process of recovering it from the seafloor is expected to provide crucial evidence in the ongoing investigation. Chief Prosecutor Ambrogio Curtosio, leading the inquiry, has stated that the investigation will take time and the focus will be on determining responsibility at every level, from the crew to those in charge of overseeing the yacht's maintenance. While the exact cause of the sinking remains unclear, the tragedy has cast a shadow over the world of luxury yachting and raised questions about safety practices in this elite industry. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more updates on celebrity deaths and news updates.